you've been learning a lot about how to manage, how to lead. And I think for the closing, it'd be nice to actually focus on, you as an individual. How do you deal with the onslaught of constant change that most of us are dealing with now on a regular basis in every workplace? I work in every kind of government, organizational structure, industry, and everybody is dealing with so much more change than ever before. And of course, that's only going to get more intense. So how do you handle it yourself? How do you be your most effective, most productive self, even when there's 50 different things happening and changing in your environment? So who here, just by a quick show of hands, who here likes riding roller coasters? Anyone? Few people. Great. Some of you maybe not so much riding roller coasters. There's kind of a spectrum of roller coaster riding behavior out in the world. And on one end, you could always find me, which was I wouldn't go on. And I'm sure some of you are those kind of people. I just thought that didn't look like fun at all. And so one time, of course, I was dragged on by a friend who insisted that this would be a really fun thing. So I said, okay, I'll get on. But, when all the cars come up, if you don't like roller coasters, which is the car that you take of all the possible cars in the line? The middle, yes. The back whips around a bit too much. The middle one's the safe one, right? And you get in there, and then the handlebar comes down. What do you do with the handlebar if you don't like roller? You white knuckle that. You white knuckle that sucker, and then you pretty much got to gnarl yourself up into a ball of tension for the entire ride, closing your eyes and praying till the moment it'll be over. And then as soon as it's over, what do you usually go do? You throw up. That's right. And now on the other end of the spectrum of roller coaster riding behavior, and I'm sure some of you are these kind of people, these people, they do not take the middle car. Which one do they like to take? They like to take the front one. They want to be that first one down that hill. And when they're going down the first hill, what do they usually do? That's right. They let go of the handlebar. Their hands are in the air. Their eyes are open. They're screaming. They're laughing. They're cheering. And as soon as the ride's over, what do they usually do? They go again. That's right. I thought, what would it take to be one of those people on the roller coaster? Because I was a little embarrassed by my roller coaster riding behavior, and I found out from people who like to ride the roller coaster that way what it is. Anyone care to venture a guess? It's one thing that makes all the difference. What was that? Attitude, yes. There's actually a physical action that helps the attitude. It's that. Letting go. You should try it sometime if you don't like roller coasters. It completely changed my entire experience on the roller coaster. Some friends insisted that just go hands-free. And like the first time I was about to go down, I was like, you got to be kidding. But I tore my hands off the handlebar. I had my hands in the air. And all of a sudden, I immediately started to enjoy the ride. And my motion sickness went away, and as soon as the ride was over, I did not need to throw up. That's amazing. And I wanted to go again. And I went again, and sure enough, every time I loved it more and more. The more I let go, the more I loved it. The more I had my eyes open, the more I was leaning into the ride, the more I loved it. And now I go on roller coasters all the time. And I love them. I've entirely changed my attitude. And what I noticed was interesting is that it had this ripple effect in the rest of my life. I seemed to handle change a bit better. Because if you think about it, a roller coaster is a great metaphor for going through constant change, right? Because it throws off your center of gravity. And there's people who go through change who are like this, I hate this. And people who go through change, they're like, okay, here we go. What's this going to be? And anybody can change how they are around that because I'm living proof.
The things people often find the most challenging in organizations, such as slowdowns and setbacks, chaos, budget restraints, performance pressure, huge workloads, office politics, deadlines, overwhelms of paperwork and email, confusion about direction, stress, loss, mistakes, failures. all tend to ironically be the catalyst for creativity in yourself and in your organization as a whole. They can make us more creative, more engaged, more productive than if we didn't have them. So it's how we deal with those challenges that can change the entire game from one of stressful misery to exciting adventure. This is about the top habits of mind that allow a person, any person, to naturally do this.